All right, another day, another video, another ritual. In this case, it is to help a friend of mine who has a friend that is swept up in something. I don't necessarily want to say what it is, but they got kind of swept up into something, and now there's some regulatory things, we'll say, happening that are a bit overblown. So unfortunately, since there's a trace back to this person, there's no real way of preventing something from happening legally. There will be, because these are all legal documents that have been signed, not dissimilar to when you submit things to regulatory agencies. Those are legal documents, and if you get wrapped up in something where somebody's changed something but your name is still on it, then that kind of puts you in a bit of a pickle now, doesn't it? So we're gonna treat it like that. And normally I would say, all right, so why would I record this video? And that lady in the back is why. It's not very often that the mysterious lady of the ninth heaven here comes and says, I will help with this. You can ask, but she came and said she wanted to at least help with this. And so, since she's known for justice, then I felt that, okay, I should give her some due. And I'm very grateful that she decided to get involved in this. So this is the same candle from last night's video. We were talking about opening and charging via sigils. I've since put my energy into it, and that is Belial. And Belial is going to assist where he can with this. And so what are the goals then? If we know that things are going to get a little murky, what can we do? And I don't know what he can do, but he wanted to help, and I am going to let him. But there is sort of a managed expectations part to this. I don't know what that means, but that was the kind of like the impression that I got. So I'll take it. I'll take it. Also, here with this black candle, I've secured the I've secured the help of Abaddon. And Abaddon is going to help where he can to dismantle some of the linkages and reduce severity of things, so that the real perpetrators are the ones who are really going to get in trouble. So really we're looking at a reduction here, right? And the green candle here is a little bit different. I've done rituals with Hi'iaka before. She known as a goddess of sorcery in Hawaiian lore. She's also known as a goddess of nature. In fact, in Pele's Grimoire, there are references where you can find that there are 16 different versions, if you will, of Hi'iaka. Here, what we'll be doing is we'll be working with the more nature side of things, because I want to bind up the proceeding, the ability for them to efficiently proceed without dragging the case out, right? So the way they go about their case is what I want to impede their abilities to do well. So I guess that's really what I should have said to begin with. It just didn't quite come out. So we'll be doing her ritual over here. That's why this paper is here. I've got this red beeswax candle that is for the mysterious lady of the ninth heaven. And first, I will light and thank Belial and Abaddon, who are somewhat standing by. We'd already had the agreement, and I charged their candles this morning. So I'll be bleeding on those candles, and then I'll be doing my offering to the mysterious lady of the ninth heaven, excuse me. and then I will be doing Hi'iakas because I have to burn that sheet, which is why my burn bowl is over here, I think just out of reach. I think it's just out of reach. I can't see existing likes to turn this back light off. So, alright, there we go. Took 5 minutes to get this whole thing out. Now, the person's name is right here, and I will be burning this. But it's not just associated with this person. I've said anybody that... I've included anybody that would help reduce that as much as possible. So, although I do have a name in here, fold it up all nice like, so I don't have to draw it everywhere or say it out loud, which would kind of be improper, right? We have it right there, and they already know who that is. So, first, okay. Hail Belial. Thank you. Oops. Trying to get used to this angle, sorry. Hail Abaddon, and thank you. Now, like we said last night, I don't know if you watched it or not, so just in case, I filled these with a neutral energy because filling them with their own energies doesn't seem like much of a treat to me, right? It's kind of like you rewarding your pet with their a small piece of their same pet food they get all the time. It just kind of doesn't seem to work quite as well. Not nearly as tasty, right? Alright, so here we go. I'll just go ahead and light these off. Thank you, Belial. Oh, come on, don't worry. Thank you, Abaddon. Enjoy. Alright. Thank you, Mysterious Lady of the Ninth Heavens. You'll sometimes hear it called Dark Lady of the Ninth Heavens, but I don't really know why. Because there's only so much stuff translated, and some of that is going to be based on lineage and lore, and I'm not in the lineage, so right now, since you can't see it, I'm blending this. Maybe you should see it. I'm blending this beeswax candle. Now, when you use beeswax candles like this, you need to be careful. You need to be careful in summertime too, because since they are just thin beeswax candles, they can melt and take on new shapes quite easily. Here, you can take this and bend it in half into a U shape like it's nothing, but this is always a bit of a tricky part. I really like these candle holders, but it gets kind of tricky unless you want to start drilling into it. I don't think I need to here. So, okay, there we go. That should work. Hail to you, Mysterious Lady, and thank you for your contribution to this work. Alright. The next part is for Hi'iaka, and that is a bit more involved. Here, what I'm going to be doing is, instead of writing the name of the targets here, I will be doing kind of somewhat of an opposite thing, because I also don't want to write down the company name, because that would kind of be a bit of a giveaway, right? So, and no, in case anybody's wondering, this isn't something you'll see in the news. Not at all. At least I don't think so. But like we do with Hi'iaka, we have plant with some very badly drawn leaves. Now where you place the leaves is kind of at your discretion. If you use this way, normally it's a little bit tighter than this, but I'm trying to not hit the GoPro and also trying to make sure you can see kind of what I'm doing. Now there is a part where I do care about direction, because Heat Yucca isn't just about growth and life, she's also about thorns. So here we are doing the opposite of a binding ritual. Essentially we are putting the intent, because I'll be charging this paper also, we're essentially putting the intent that the thorns move away from this target right here and their associates as needed. So I will draw the thorns away, and I put that into the intent with the thorns. So the thorns are away, and they are aimed towards the company causing problems, right? All right, so what we do next, so we did last time, here I'll switch hands here so I can bleed in peace, and this is just my way of doing it. Do it your way. I typically just blood the drawing, maybe some parts around it, and then I will overlay the wax on top of the blood, drip it on there, and then in the end I burn this into this stainless steel bowl on top of this baking stone. I know I talk about this baking stone a lot, but man is it handy. Well, not so much for the baking. We didn't like the way it came out with the baking on this stone with our particular oven. You know, each stone kind of, and each oven kind of acts a little bit different. So here we go. I'm trying to not hit this paper. Now this is all from just this one stick. So if you get used to sticking yourself, you can get, you know where you can stick to get more out of it. And sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't work. But that's I have like at least when I was younger, I had twice the number of platelets. Apparently, the blood center got all excited, but the veins they're allowed to take from when I went to go donate weren't quite strong enough to do anything of significant volume. So that was a bit of a bust. All right. That is my bleeding for this target. Literally. Not that they'll probably never know my name. This is not my target. All right, and then I bleed on this. I used to bleed on the candle and then bleed on the picture, but then what would happen is the blood would dry on the candle and then flake off more, and I don't give blood that I don't expect it to be used. You know what I mean? So here we go. Change that order a little bit. Now she's not real heavy on the blood. She accepts it for sure. She doesn't like need it, you know. So thank you, Heat Yucca, for helping keep these thorns away from this target, and in doing so, bind them to those on the outside trying to come in against her and them, really. There we go. The candle's lit. So now we're just going to start dripping the wax, and I'm going to slide over the side here a little bit because it's just going to be easier for me to do. A pair of tweezers can come in handy if you need to, if it starts getting low. Like if there's a wind out or something like that, then you might go through this, and there's a using my space heater here. Now, does it matter if I drew this really big and then I can't seem to cover it with wax? And no, it doesn't. Had I put the targets named over here, then I would probably cover that first. That's just a personal preference, though. Yeah, if you want a nice, neat presentation for this or something like that, then you'll want to hold the paper in place or weigh it down. As you can see here, it's starting to bow, and the wax constricts when it starts to harden. So it'll get bowed shaped and things like that. Now, the entities don't care, so it's really about your personal preference. And since they don't care, I pretty much don't care. Doesn't change the way it burns. I have used a little steno book for this before, and I don't recommend it if you can help it. I'm using a full-size sheet here because it helps with helps the burning be a little more uniform. And since we're essentially using this page like a wick, just a really big wick to burn, essentially we're redistributing this wax. And the more paper you have, generally speaking, well, really, if you don't have enough, then you're going to have a hard time getting the wax to burn, and it's going to burn inside of that bucket like there's a fire in there. So, because there will be. Not quite as long as, say, isopropyl or something like that, but it will burn. So having a larger piece of paper helps it burn a little bit more efficiently. Alright, now that all of the major parts of the drawing are covered. Sorry, I probably should have been talking there, but I was too busy thinking about the outcome I want. Alright. Usually when I've covered the drawing itself, then I'll just go over and try to cover the blood. Again, it's mostly just for it's just my personal preference. It doesn't matter to the entity. You'll see similar rituals with Iaka and Kamaholi'i and Pele. And they follow a similar thing. And these are hybrid rituals because I'm getting ready to, in this case, charging the paper also with the 10 I want. I've already done it with the candle wax. Typically do it as I pour the candle wax onto here. I visualize the outcomes that I want as best I can. Sometimes I don't necessarily know faces or even names sometimes, you know, but it can still work. As you can see, we're getting down here to pretty slim here. Let me grab the tweezers. All right. So with each drop, I'm remembering what this is about. It's for, not that you would forget, but I'm visualizing what it is, how I want that outcome to be, and in what ways, at least visually, and maybe emotionally, but it's not emotion as fuel. It's emotion for outcome, not fuel. Alright, now I don't recommend going all the way down on this candle until it's pretty much done, because we are going to light this paper with this candle. Okay. Go. Alright, now I'm going to move this off to the side a bit. Mostly because I'm afraid it will. I've had one of these cause other candles to melt very quickly, so. There we go. Alright. Iaka, thank you for intervening in this situation. Alright, you get the idea. That wax is going to burn a while, so we'll go ahead and cut here. There we go. Ritual is done. requests have been made. I did open up a window just over here and turn the fan on to try to help vent some of these fumes. You know, you do you, but lungs are hard to come by.